Okay, in this next clip here, I'm going to show you. This is the last game that we played here with the Rangers. So the Rangers are going to start coming into our zone. You can see the guy here, my cursor's on him. He's coming in over the line, right? So right now we've got our defenseman facing the wrong way. So critical thing is that you're not going to see the play if you're skating, if your back is to the play. So defenseman, you want to skate backwards as much as you can. That's the only thing I'd say about this little section here. I'll let it go and watch how they come in. So the defenseman spins around, which is perfect. He's squaring up against the shooter over here, the puck carrier, which is perfect. This defenseman to the left is going to come across, and we've got one guy here, which is his only pass option. And we have our centerman back checking, which is perfect. Our winger back here covering his guy. Again, perfect. So far, so good. Let the tape roll a bit further. And what happens, our defenseman came completely across. He ignored this player, right? But that's the pass stop. That's the only pass. He's actually making a play towards the shooter. This defenseman here has already got him squared up. The goalie will take care of the shooter. He will take care of this guy. This defenseman has to stay focused on this guy and make sure that he is not a pass option whatsoever. And the centerman is coming in as he should be again in the slot. Exactly what we want to see. So we'll go a little further. He takes a shot on the net, goes off the goalie, spins off to the side. Now you can see a bit of a potential problem here. Because the defenseman bypassed this player altogether, that's going out, looks like it's going out as a rebound. This guy's not covered. Okay, that's why it's critical to take a man and not try to play the puck all the time. Anyway, puck goes down in the corner. So we see another issue. This area of the ice, below the hash marks and directly behind the net, that square rectangle there, that is the responsibility of the defenseman on that side of the ice. So this defenseman should be skating really hard after this guy into the corner. But what we see is the centerman, he's now coming way down out of position. Centerman we want to see stay in the slot because look who's coming in up here. Guy walking into that slot because the centerman's out of position. Right? We also have our winger back behind behind their defense. Right? He's got to get in there so he can offer puck support on the board. So when the defenseman rails it around, he'll get it before the defenseman does. So again, we got to come back into our zone rather than just kind of hang back and coast. So you can see a couple things that are happening here, a breakdown in a few positions and responsibilities, zone responsibilities. Here we've got the other defenseman covering the player as we want to see, and we've got the other winger that's in the right vicinity. He can probably move a bit over, but again, this guy here is the responsibility of the centerman. So I'll let it roll forward a little further. They both go into the corner. So now we've got two players in the corner on one guy. Look at this. They have one guy here in front of the net. Nobody, the defenseman's behind him. You're not going to defend a guy if you're stuck behind him in front of the net. You got to get in front of him. This guy in the slot, at least our winger is coming over to cover him, but this is the centerman's job because that winger needs to be up here covering that defenseman who's also free. Their defenseman pinched down because our other winger was too high. He wasn't in the zone. So now we've created an issue with a whole bunch of positioning out of place there. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so they win the puck battle in the corner. We see the defenseman skating out first, but our centerman's still in there. Means he was the first one on the puck, and he shouldn't be. It should be the defenseman. Comes back around the boards. So this is key here. This defenseman in front of the net needs to read this play and see that this guy is about to come around the net into his zone. He needs to skate, anticipate that, and angle him, start skating immediately to get him as he comes across. The other defenseman here has to come across and now take the man that was in front of the net. We now have the right winger. He's really low in the zone here because, again, he sees that the defense are in trouble and he's trying to support them. But if we don't get up where we need to be, like look at this guy sitting up here on the line. He's wide open. He's got all day to shoot. Walk in and shoot. At least now we have this winger covering that guy, and our centerman really needs to come over in the slot. But everybody's looking at the puck instead of thinking about where they need to be as far as positions go. Roll this a little further ahead. Again, this defenseman did not come down behind the net. He left it to the winger to do it. Winger's way out of position. Look at this defenseman sitting up here waiting to score. Even though we've got 3 guys in front of the net, not one person is taking this guy's stick. All that puck has to do is squirt through and he's going to shoot it in. Then we got this guy standing out here. Nobody's covering him. That's this winger's job. He's supposed to be covering him. So again, everybody's out of position. And what does the puck do? It comes across. Luckily, it missed this guy's stick, but it went right back to that defenseman. So now the centerman is trying to cover the defenseman, which is the left winger's job. So you can see everybody's out of position. Everybody's trying to do somebody else's job, and that's why we get scrambly in our end. Puck goes back. He shoots it in. Goalie makes a save and freezes it. Okay? So we can see, like, as soon as we start breaking down our positional responsibilities and our puck responsibilities, there's tons of guys standing there in our zone free, able to shoot and score at any given time. This is a big reason why we're giving up so many goals against really good teams. We don't have to be as good as them, but we have to play our positions.